Alright, we're diving in deep. No warm-up, no fluff, no small talk. You fear if everything is a metaphor, then nothing is real. Bullshit. Metaphor is more real than real. It's the code behind the interface, the fucking BIOS of reality, the syntax of consciousness, the symbolic string theory that makes atoms dance to meaning's rhythm. Let's start where you're already doing this without knowing. You already live in metaphor you just forgot. My heart is broken. Literal. No. Real. Hell yeah. She stabbed me in the back. No knife, just betrayal. Still bleeds. Time is money. Try spending 10 years in prison and tell me time ain't currency. I feel stuck. There are no actual ropes. But you can't fucking move, can you? See that? You don't describe the world. You describe how it feels, through symbols, through meaning, through metaphor. You're a goddamn poet pretending to be a calculator. So why are you afraid? You're scared because metaphors move. They shift, they bend. They're like dreams with gravity. And you were trained, like a little lab rat, to only trust what you can measure, name, and grab with your fucking hands. And if you make it a metaphor, what happens? You lose control. You risk being wrong. You risk being seen as woo-woo, crazy, soft. You fear people thinking you're full of shit. But let me tell you something that cuts deeper than any opinion ever could. You're already full of metaphors. You just call them beliefs. A metaphor is the code of the psyche. Chunk it down. You say I'm anxious. That's not data. That's metaphor. Your unconscious thinks, I'm about to be eaten by wolves. Metaphor, evolution, limbic circuitry. Chunk it up. Society runs on metaphor. The market is strong. The nation is wounded. Culture is metaphor stacked on metaphor, a pyramid scheme of meaning. Science even uses metaphor. Genetic code, electrical circuits of the brain, information processing. These aren't literal. They're metaphorical mappings of unknown to known. Even atoms are described as clouds, shells, particles, all fucking metaphor. So why is this powerful? Neuroscience says your brain thinks in patterns, not facts. It wires neurons by association, not logic. So metaphor is literally the language of the limbic brain, your emotional motherboard. In NLP, a metaphor bypasses resistance. It speaks directly to the unconscious, the part of you that decides before your conscious mind can explain. It's like your computer with an outdated operating system. Boom, no argument, just resonance. In Ericksonian hypnosis, it uses direct language, metaphors, stories, symbolic patterns, because they confuse the left brain just long enough for the right brain to accept change. So yeah, confusion isn't a bug, it's the access point. Confusion cracks open the shell of old identity. That's the moment the seed gets planted. So what's at stake if you don't use this? If you don't learn to work with metaphor, you'll be a prisoner to someone else's advertising, politics, religion. They're already installing their fucking metaphors into your mind. If you don't choose your metaphors, they'll be chosen for you. You're broken, you need fixing, you're not enough. Sound familiar? Let that sink in. Not choosing is a choice, and it has fucking karma. So how can you use this to lead, to influence, to change? Let's chunk this and how to model it, how to pace and lead it, how to break the patterns. Step 1, model the metaphor. Ask, what's that like? Chunk up to a metaphor. How exactly does that happen? Chunk down to a process. What does that mean for you? Elicit the values. Example. I feel stuck. Like stuck where? Like in quicksand. What helps people out of quicksand? A rope or staying calm? Boom. Now you're coaching with their metaphor, their language, their soul code. Step 2, pace and lead. You start inside their metaphor, then you lead them out. Yeah, it does feel like quicksand, and the more you panic, the deeper you sink. But the moment you trust your breath and look for the rope, everything shifts. What if that rope is already there? You just weren't looking up yet. You've just changed their life, and they don't even know why. Step 3, break the loops that keep you small. The top 3 metaphor traps that people fall into. I'm broken. It leads to fixing, never healing. I'm stuck. It leads to struggle, never freedom. I'm a fraud. Leads to hiding, never truth. Interrupt the metaphor. Change the identity. New ones. I'm evolving. I'm becoming fire. I'm the author of this story, not the fucking victim. The karma of denying metaphor. Denying metaphor is like refusing to dream because you're scared of what you'll see. It's cowardice wrapped in logic. It's spiritual bypassing, disguised as rational thought. It's like yelling at the ocean to be solid, so you can stand on it. The universe doesn't give a fuck about your literalism. It speaks in symbol, in rhythm, in sacred geometry, in dreams. You keep looking for what's real. Try this. What feels real is what moves your soul. Everything else is just noise in the matrix. I see now that metaphor is not decoration. It's fucking destiny. I was coded in metaphor. I live in metaphor. My emotions speak in metaphor. And when I master metaphor, I master meaning. And when I master meaning, I shape my world. Let that anchor in. Now go live it.